guys, it's Debbie. I am coming to you on the second to last injection day for me, my penultimate injection day. I am very pleased with the progress that I've had thus far, particularly with regard to my weight. It's releasing nicely. Of course, I go up and I go down and I have goose eggs and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, I wind up doing really well. And my weight today was at a very pleasant amount. I'll show you here. 131.8. No complaints here. That's cool. So I'm happy with that. And it's below the 133 that I thought I might get to. So that's cool. I'm actually happy that it's not that much lower. And by tomorrow, it won't be that much lower either. I know my body. It'd be very surprising if it went very much lower. Maybe probably just a goose egg, maybe even go up a little bit, maybe 132 or something like that. That's fine. I want something that's easily maintainable for phase 3. And speaking of phase 3, you guys, I am so excited. I feel super poised and ready to go. I'm so solid in my no alcohol rule, none whatsoever. It just makes me gain weight, especially when I'm, in phase 3. I think that's how I've always compromised my stability, was by introducing alcohol, and taking advantage of the fact that Simeon says, you can have a glass of wine with dinner. Well, I did it too soon. It was always like the first day that I was officially in P3, my husband and I would go to dinner and I would have this nice dinner, no starches, no sugars, but probably too much food and too much fat. And that my body wasn't ready to handle or process. And then also I would introduce wine right away, like woohoo, back to party on the weekend. So stupid. So I won't be doing that this time. I'm going to be very cautious. As a matter of fact, I'm super excited about the plan that I have, and I've got a little box here to show you some of the things that I'm going to do. So I was going to do keto because I see so many of you doing so fabulous in your stability on keto. I mean, my goodness, I'm so impressed. Ricky, amazing. Done such an incredible job on this last round in your stability. I'm so inspired and so impressed. HCG Mama, I think she's Melissa or something, really, really good. And you should be proud of yourself, girl. Be proud, seriously. And was it Nisa, Bacon Babe? Awesome. So, and I'm sure there's others, but those are just the ones that, come to mind right away. But the stability, to me, that's really the difficult part. Losing the weight on P2 is not so much of a challenge for me. And I've heard others say that too. It's because it's so controlled and it's just so clean. And P3 has always been kind of a mystery. And I've screwed it up, like I said, right out of the gate by trying to do too much too soon. It just not being wise about it. So I was going to try keto, and I was all prepared to do keto and jump right on that. Until, like I mentioned in one of my videos, HCG Chica came out with her P3 program. And you guys, it's incredible. It's so comprehensive and so filled with color and recipes and information and videos galore, coaching videos and things like that on the website. I just feel so poised and ready. Show and tell. So here's one example, like tools and ingredients. And she tells various things, like gives suggestions on what kinds of tools she uses in the kitchen. I'm not a fabulous cook. My husband does all the cooking in the family. I'm blessed. And so I wound up, going on Amazon and buying this and buying that. And like my Vitamix, for example, I rarely use it. And because it's so big and clunky, it's a 64-ounce thing and it's heavy and I have to pull it out every time from way up in a cabinet above. It's like crazy. So she had mentioned buying a 32-ounce to go with the Vitamix. So I just have been having fun shopping on, different sites, Amazon, Vitamix, things like that, buying things in preparation and getting myself all jazzed and pumped for P3. Here's an example of her week 1. It's just filled with recipes. Oh, sorry about that. You would have thought that the house was being robbed or something, the way my dogs go crazy. My goodness. Baxter, Sophie, come here. You can come over here. Come here. Come on. Say hi. Say hi. Sophie. Aww. My little baby. Yeah. She wasn't the one who was so noisy. It was Baxter. And he feels bad right now, so, because I yelled at him to be quiet. So, as I was saying, just filled with, tips, recipes, like here's, just colorful and day by day, like every single day, a recipe and meals. And then I asked her for something special in advance of, because this is in process. And so those of us who have joined are kind of guinea pigs for this. And so I said, what would be really nice is to be able to just have the calorie and macro breakdown meal by meal. So in case we don't want to follow the exact recipe or have the exact thing, we would have what she was suggesting as good and appropriate, and it's gradually increasing, as we all know. I just was never really good about gradually increasing. I just kind of dove in. And so she sent that to me yesterday. She sent the macro breakdown and the caloric breakdown meal by meal, week by week. And I'm so thankful for that, because something else to show you. When I was all prepared to go keto, I have been like dying to try Rocket Fuel coffee. Or Rocket Fuel, well, Bulletproof Coffee. But a particular recipe that is put out by Leanne Vogel of Healthful Pursuit. I love her. I've watched her for a couple of years now, because I contemplated keto. I contemplated keto before and just never took the dive. Didn't think that I could do it, but now I'm really excited about it. So I was going to dive into it. I decided to postpone. I'm going to follow HCG Chica's plan 3 for the 3 weeks. But I really wanted to do the Bulletproof Coffee, and particularly her recipe, Leanne Vogel's recipe, which I'll put a link to it in the description. White chocolate rocket fuel latte. It looks so good. It's specifically designed for women. There's myriad recipes out there for bulletproof coffee and different theories on it. And it's really to each their own with any program that you follow and any way that you follow a program. We all know that. So there's many out there, but I like this one because she tested this, particularly for women and our hormones and how they get all out of whack sometimes. So this one has different ingredients in it that typical bulletproof coffee doesn't have. So I took her, Leanne Vogel's recipe and the links that she had to the ingredients, and I went shopping before I decided to do HCG Chica's plan. And so I have show and tell. So for the MCT oil, I went to Bulletproof and I got their Brain Octane. So it's like a pumped up MCT oil, like supposed to be really, really good. So I got that as one of the ingredients. I got collagen protein, which is in Leanne's recipe because it adds a little bit of protein to it, particularly for women. I don't know all the scientific aspect of it, but it's supposed to be a better bulletproof coffee for women. And this, oh my gosh, you guys, there's something about feeling this. It's cacao butter in lieu of actual dairy butter, because she tends to do no dairy. A lot of people will do no dairy except for butter, but she does like no dairy. And so in her bulletproof coffee, she uses cacao butter, which is this bag. It just, when you feel it, it feels so yummy. And I don't know, it just makes me want to bite it like, but I haven't opened it, because it's not necessary, right now. And then separately, not from Bulletproof Coffee, all of this is ordered from Bulletproof Coffee, but separately I got hemp seeds, hemp hearts, because that's in her recipe also. So it really is a different recipe for Bulletproof Coffee. Then I also got, and I'm super pumped about this. I get excited about these silly little things. But my Bulletproof Coffee mug or coffee cup, which it's supposed to be really good. It's a Contigo. I think you can get it at Walmart even maybe, but I decided to get it from Bulletproof Coffee because I was like totally excited and trying to get myself pumped about P3. The cool thing is that I can drink Leanne Vogel's recipe for Bulletproof Coffee in my mornings for my breakfast meal and still be on HCG Chica's P3 plan. Because when I follow a plan, you know me. When I follow a plan, I tend to really kind of follow a plan. I just like that. I like parameters, I like structure, and if somebody's gonna do it for me, I'm down. I love it. Then I don't have to think about it. So for phase 3, that's what I've decided to do. That'll work for me. I know a lot of people don't want that structure. They just want the freedom. And it's so wonderful. We're all so unique and so different. And what works for one doesn't work for another. And that's what makes life exciting and people exciting is we're all different. But that works for me. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do her coffee. It's going to be not intermittent fasting really, because the Bulletproof Coffee basically breaks the fast, especially when you have the collagen and the hemp parts. But I'm not going to be doing intermittent fasting in P3 necessarily anyway. When I go into keto, I will, because I found myself on P2 not even eating anything until like 1 or 2, and I was perfectly fine. I would just have my coffee. So I intend to do that when I go into P4. Also, what I intend to do is start working out again. You guys, I think that's why my body fat percentage, I don't know if I already mentioned that, but my body fat percentage has been rather disappointing on this round. And I think it's because I didn't work out at all, with the exception of my long walks with the dogs on the daily. But I didn't do any lifting. And when I did my round in May of 2015, I was lifting twice a week because I was training my colleague. And so I haven't done any kind of, and I was also on a program at work, a challenge. So I was doing a lot more intense cardio rather than, my power walk that just isn't as intense as it is with the machine. So I'm going to reincorporate back in, commencing right at the beginning of P3, my workouts. And I'm super pumped about that because I miss my home gym. It's a nice, small, it's a relatively small room, but it's just packed with all kinds of equipment and everything. I'll toss a picture. Yeah, I'm going to toss a picture in here. See, it's nice. I've got the treadmill, I've got the elliptical, I've got, the ball that you sit on, what is that called? I do my curls and my crunches. I do everything on the ball, the exercise ball, I guess, and all my different free weights. I've got a universal machine. I don't really use that too much. And I've got my spin. So I'm really well set up. And then in the middle there is my Pilates, which I bought like 3 years ago and have never used it at the house. I go take Pilates classes, but I don't use it in the house. It's so silly. But anyway, so I miss my gym, and so I'll be back in the gym. I am just super, can you tell I'm excited and I'm poised and I'm ready for P3. I know I'll be successful this time because I'm going to be very structured and I'm going to have zero alcohol, none. I'll still allow myself to go out to restaurants because my husband's really sick of me bringing my baggie of chicken and cucumbers whenever we go to a restaurant. Oh man, I did it once when we went out with some friends, but they were friends I was really comfortable with. And so I said, guys, I'm on this program, so you all order your food and I'll sit over here in my lap and I'll just eat my little chicken and cucumbers. And they just laughed. I thought it was cool. It was funny. But my husband's really sick of it, and frankly, so am I. So I'll go out to dinner, but I'll order, pursuant to P3 guidelines, So anyway, I'm super excited and super pumped, and thank you everybody for your encouragement, and hopefully I've been an encouragement to you while on this journey. I'm going to continue to vlog through P3 for sure, because that's where I really need the accountability and the encouragement, and and it would be interesting to share the P3 journey with you. Anyway, we'll talk soon, and I don't know if I'll vlog tomorrow because I don't know that it's really going to be much different. It'll be my last injection weight. It's probably going to be very similar to this. So that's it for now. Have a great day, guys. Sorry this is such a long video, but I just was yakking. Bye, guys.